क्या आपको कभी कोई ऐसा कॉल आया जिसमें आपको सीरियस क्राइम के लिए अक्यूज किया गया हो, जैसे मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग, ड्रग ट्रैफिकिंग एटसेट्रा, और आपको बोला गया दैट यू आर अंडर इन्वेस्टिगेशन? आप ऐसी सिचुएशन में क्या करोगे जब कॉल करने वाला पर्सन आपको कहता है कि वो ईडी और सीबीआई और पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट से बोल रहा है एंड अगर अरेस्ट से बचना हो तो पैसे देने पड़ेंगे? हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम बैक टू लीगल्स एडुकेयर. Today we are diving deep into a disturbing trend known as digital arrest scams. Let's find out what they are and how you can protect yourself from falling victim. Digital arrest scams are sophisticated fraud schemes where cyber criminals impersonate officials from various government agencies, including the police, सीबीआई और आरबीआई. ये लोग अपने आप को पुलिस, सीबीआई और ईडी के ऑफिसर्स बताते हैं. Their tactics are both deceitful and alarming. They make it seem like you are involved in illegal activities like drug trafficking or money laundering, and they use intimidation to coerce you into compliance. आपको धमकाकर आपसे पैसा या पर्सनल इंफॉर्मेशन निकलवाने की कोशिश करते हैं. So how does this scam unfold? ये स्कैम कैसे होता है? It usually starts with an unsolicited call or video call from someone posing as a government representative. ये स्कैमर्स अपने आप को ईडी, सीबीआई या फिर कस्टम और पुलिस ऑफिसर्स बताते हैं. लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड दिस प्रोसेस इन डिटेल. फर्स्ट इज फॉल्स एक्यूजेशन. द स्कैम बिगिंस विद द कॉलर क्लेमिंग you are involved in serious illegal activities such as drug trafficking, money laundering, tax fraud, or even terrorism. They typically mention that they have evidence against you, and that instantly creates a sense of fear and confusion. These fake officials use big legal words to make their story seem real, leaving you shocked and confused. For example, a fraudster calls posing as a police officer, claiming you have been implicated in a drug smuggling racket. They show you fabricated legal documents over a video call to make their accusation seem legitimate. Next is threat of arrest. Once the initial panic has set in, they escalate the situation by threatening immediate arrest. The caller will claim that police officers or government agents are already on the way to your location to take you into custody. This fabricated urgency forces the victim into compliance as they feel they have no time to think, verify the claims, or seek legal advice. For example, the caller may say, if you don't transfer the money within the next hour, a police team will arrest you at your home. This threat of arrest and public humiliation drives victim to comply quickly without questioning. Next is isolation and intimidation. To ensure you don't have time to verify their story, scammers often keep you on a video call for hours. They instruct you not to hang up or talk to anyone, isolating you from external help. Victims are often too afraid to call their family or friends, fearing the fake legal repercussions or embarrassment. Scammers की ये टैक्टिक आपको ट्रैप्ड फील करवा देती है और स्कैमर हर रिस्पॉन्स पर कंट्रोल रखता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अ विक्टिम इज टोल्ड नॉट टू डिस्कनेक्ट द कॉल or talk to anyone for hours while the scammer presents fake legal documents and threatens them, adding constant pressure to pay the demanded amount. Next is financial demands. Once they have established control, the scammers demand large sum of money, typically claiming these are necessary to cover legal fees, bail, or to stop the supposed investigation. The scammer might instruct you to make multiple transfers to different accounts, often located in different states or even countries, to make tracking difficult. Victims, out of fear, comply without questioning, hoping to avoid the threatened consequences. For example, the fraudster says you need to transfer 10 lakh rupees immediately to avoid arrest. This amount will act as bail or cover legal fees. We can stop the officers, but only if you act quickly. Last is psychological manipulation. To intensify the emotional pressure, scammers often employ psychological tactics. They might play the sounds of family members crying or claim that your loved ones are in danger due to your supposed criminal activities. Sometimes they even impersonate a family member in trouble, saying that the money is needed to save them from legal consequences. These tactics prey on the victim's fear and love for their family, pushing them into compliance. For example, स्कैमर कह सकता है कि आपका बेटा किसी क्राइम में इन्वॉल्व है और अगर आप अभी 15 लाख रुपीस नहीं देते हो तो उसे अरेस्ट कर लिया जाएगा और उसकी जॉब भी चली जाएगी. विक्टिम डरा हुआ होता है, बिना सोचे पैसे ट्रांसफर कर देता है. So digital arrest scams use a mix of fear, urgency, isolation, and emotional manipulation to control their victims. With threats of arrest, legal consequences, and harm to loved ones, These scams create high-pressure situations where victims feel they have no choice but to comply. The scammers are often part of a larger, well-organized network, and once the money is transferred, it's usually spread across multiple accounts, making recovery difficult. Understanding these tactics is key to avoiding becoming a victim of such fraud. Now let's talk about the common pretext used by scammers. Number 1, parcel scam. You are told a parcel with illegal items like drugs or contraband has been intercepted by customs under your name. The scammers claim that you are under investigation and could face serious legal action. Second, family involvement. Scammers may escalate the situation by saying that a family member is also involved in illegal activities and needs immediate financial help to avoid arrest or legal trouble. Third, Aadhaar or phone number misuse. They claim that your Aadhaar number or PAN number or phone number has been linked to criminal activities, or that your bank account is being used for illegal transactions, pressuring you to pay to clear your name. In all cases, the scammers use fear and urgency to manipulate victims into transferring money or sharing sensitive information. Now let's talk about some recent cases of these so-called digital arrests. First case is where an elderly couple in Hyderabad was duped of rupees 10 crores by cyber fraudsters. Picture this: you are at home, going about your day, when suddenly you get a call from someone claiming to be a police officer from Mumbai. They tell you that your personal details like your Aadhaar and PAN card have been used to open a bank account which is linked to money laundering. Imagine the panic that sets in. That's exactly what happened to a man in Hyderabad. One day, a man from Hyderabad got a call from someone claiming to be a police officer from Mumbai. The caller told him that his personal details like his Aadhaar and PAN card were used to open a bank account involved in money laundering. The man was shocked and scared. The scammers did not stop there. They sent fake letters that looked like they came from Enforcement Directorate, that is ED, and Income Tax Department, demanding information about his finances, properties and salary. They even threatened him with jail time if he did not cooperate. The pressure kept building. They made him join video calls and basically kept him under digital arrest. Fearing the worst, the man ended up transferring over rupees 10 crores to their bank accounts, thinking he was protecting himself from legal trouble. But while this was happening, the Telangana Cyber Security Bureau, that is TGCSB, was investigating the case. Their search led them to Bengaluru, where they arrested two men: Vinay Kumar S. Khadke, he is 23-year-old, and Maruti GH, he is 28-year-old. These men were linked to bank account under the name Tinkan Technologies Private Limited, where a large part of the stolen money, that is 4.62 crore rupees, had been transferred. However, the two men were not acting alone. They were following orders from someone else who is still on the run. The police are now working to uncover more about this scam and the people behind it. As one TGCSB official pointed out, no real police investigation would ever happen just over phone call or online. This case is a warning to be careful and never share sensitive information with anyone over the phone, no matter how convincing they seem. Second case is from Indore, where a retired banker scammed of rupees 39 lakh rupees in digital arrest scam. In Indore, a retired banker fell victim to a clever online scam, losing 39 lakh rupees. It all started when the banker received a call from someone pretending to be a senior official from the Reserve Bank of India, that is RBI. The scammer used intense pressure, claiming that there are legal issues against the banker and he would be arrested if he did not cooperate right away. The scammer kept the banker on a video call for hours, showing fake documents that looked like official warnings. Worried about his reputation and future, the banker followed the scammer's instruction and transferred several amounts of money to different accounts. The fraud continued until the scammer demanded even more money. That's when the banker realized something was wrong and filed a complaint with the police. Investigators found that the scammer's account were linked to people in different states, indicating a larger organized network behind the fraud. The police are now working to track down those involved. This case is a reminder that digital fraud is not just targeting working professionals, it's affecting retirees as well. Scammers are using technology and emotional manipulation to take advantage of people, making it more important than ever to stay cautious. Next case, where famous businessman SP Oswal duped 7 crore rupees. SP Oswal, the 82-year-old chairman of Vardhaman Group, was scammed out of rupees 7 crores by a group of fraudsters posing as government officials. Over 2 days, they trapped him in a complicated scam that left him believing he was under investigation for money laundering. It all started when Oswal got a call saying that his Aadhaar details were used to open a suspicious bank account linked to money laundering case involving Naresh Goyal, the former chairman of Jet Airways. The callers, pretending to be CBI officers, convinced Oswald that he was a suspect. They pressured him, making him believe that he could be arrested unless he cooperated. The fraudsters set up a fake virtual courtroom and had someone impersonate the Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud. On a video call, Oswald was shown a fake court order that looked real with official stamps and signatures. They told him to transfer 7 crore rupees into different bank accounts, claiming this would clear his name. For 2 days, the scammers kept Oswald under what they called digital arrest. They told him not to talk to anyone, threatened him with jail time if he did. They mentioned him through video calls, controlling his every move. It was only after scammers asked for more money that Oswald realized something was wrong. He filed a complaint with the police, who acted quickly. The police managed to freeze 3 bank accounts and recovered 5.25 crore rupees. 2 men were arrested in Guwahati, but the mastermind Rumi Kalita and others are still on the run. This scam shows how even experienced people like Oswald can be targeted by fraudsters using technology and fear to manipulate them. It's a warning to always stay cautious when dealing with unexpected calls or messages, no matter how convincing they seem. Next case is where scientists duped of rupees 71 lakh rupees after digital arrest by fraudsters in Madhya Pradesh. In Indore, a scientific assistant working at the Raja Ramanna Advanced Technology Center, that is RRCAT, was scammed out of rupees 71 lakh by fraudsters using the now infamous digital arrest technique. This growing cybercrime strategy involves fraudsters posing as law enforcement officers, tricking victims into believing they are under investigation and confining them to their homes through constant audio or video calls. It all began on September 1st when the victim received a call from someone pretending to be an officer from Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, that is TRAI. The caller claimed that illegal advertisements and messages related to women harassment has been sent from a SIM card registered in the victim's name from Delhi. The victim, working in a prestigious institute under the Department of Atomic Energy, was taken aback by these accusations. The fake TRAI officer escalated the situation by claiming that an arrest warrant had been issued against the victim for alleged involvement in money laundering and human trafficking. This news shocked the victim, who had no idea how his name could be tied to such crimes. Adding to the pressure, another member of the scam gang called the victim, this time posing as a CBI officer. This fake CBI officer carried out a digital interrogation on the RRCAT employee and his wife over a video call. They were bombarded with questions, threats, and warnings that they did not cooperate, they could face immediate arrest and several legal consequences. Frightened by these fabricated claims and the fake interrogation, the victim believed his only way out was to comply. He followed the scammer's instructions and transferred 71.33 lakh rupees into various bank accounts provided by the fraudsters, hoping to clear his name from these false charges. The scam was later brought to light, and police in Indore have since launched an investigation into the matter. According to Additional Deputy Commissioner of Police Rajesh Dandotia, this case is a part of broader trend where scammers use sophisticated methods to exploit the fear of legal repercussions, especially with educated and high-profile individuals. The digital arrest tactic, which relies on psychological manipulation and the fear of arrest, has become a serious threat in India's cybercrime landscape. This case, involving a well-respected scientist, highlights how anyone can be a target of these scams regardless of their education or background. The police are now working to trace the fraudsters, but this incident serves as a warning about the evolving tactics used in digital fraud today. Next scam, where woman loses nearly 10 lakh rupees after digital arrest in Noida. In a shocking case of cyber fraud, a young woman from Delhi named Nida Shireen lost 9.9 lakh rupees after falling victim to a scammer who kept her under digital arrest for nearly 25 hours. The fraudster, posing as a CBI officer, called her at work and claimed that her bank account was implicated in a money laundering case. Nida, who works in a private company in Noida, received a call from an unknown number while going about her day. The caller introduced himself as a CBI officer and informed her that her account had been linked to illegal money laundering activities. He said that a police case has already been registered in Hyderabad concerning her account, which sent Nida into a panic. As the conversation continued, the scammer escalated the situation by threatening Nida with imprisonment if she did not comply. He offered her a way out. Instead of facing jail time, she could undergo an online interrogation. The call was then transferred to someone who claimed to be an officer from ED. via Skype. This so-called ED officer asked Nida to keep the matter confidential, insisting it was a national security issue. During the intense interrogation, Nida was told that a transaction from her bank account was linked to a money laundering case involving Naresh Goyal, the former owner of Jet Airways. To reinforce the fraudster's claim, fake ED notices and arrest warrants were sent to her WhatsApp. The pressure and fear mounted as Nida was led to believe she was in a serious trouble, keeping her in a state of anxiety for almost a full day. Under this duress, she transferred 9.90 lakh rupees into 12 different bank accounts as instructed by the scammer. It wasn't until the fraudster pressured her to take out a loan and send even more money that the realization hit her. She had been scammed. Feeling desperate, Nida immediately reported the incident to the cyber helpline number 1930 and filed a complaint on the Home Ministry portal. The Noida Cybercrime Police Station took swift action, launching an investigation into the matter. Vijay Kumar, in charge of the Noida Cyber Cell, confirmed a complaint has been received and we are gathering information about the accounts to which the money was transferred. We will soon register a formal case, he said. This incident highlights the alarming trend of digital frauds in India, where scammers exploit the technology and psychological manipulation to intimidate and deceive their victims. Nida's experience serves as a sobering reminder of the need for vigilance and awareness in an increasingly digital world. Next scam is from Bengaluru, where an MNC product marketing head loses 51 lakh rupees in digital arrest scam. In a shocking incident, a 31-year-old woman working as a product marketing head at a well-known multinational company in Bengaluru found herself trapped in cyber scam. For 10 long hours, she was manipulated by fraudsters posing as officials from FedEx and the Mumbai police, leading to a loss of rupees 51 lakh. The ordeal began on September 17th. When she received an automated call around 10 am. The caller, pretending to be from FedEx customer care, accused her of being involved in smuggling narcotics. She said, "I was on a video call with them for 10 hours. They told me to stay alone and not to share anything with anyone." The scammers even blocked her from answering calls from her husband and mother-in-law, insisting she was under investigation. The caller, who identified himself as Ashwin Kumar, claimed that someone had tried to send a parcel with narcotics to Iran using her Aadhaar card. He said customs in Mumbai has seized this parcel, which contained 124 milligram of MDMA. To intensify her fear, he transferred her call to a supposed senior inspector from the Mumbai Cybercrime Department named Pradeep. She explained, "He said I was in danger because my Aadhaar card was being misused and I had to be investigated immediately." Feeling cornered, she was pressured into a situation where the scammers took out a 50 lakh rupees loan from her ICICI bank account in just 5 seconds without her knowledge or consent. She said, "I really suspect that some bank officials might be involved in this scam," noting that fraudsters first took 1.99 lakh rupees from her account before transferring the rest to various other accounts. The situation escalated when one of the fraudsters impersonated Milind Bharambe, the Mumbai Deputy Commissioner of Police, who told her that illegal bank accounts had been opened using her details and that 9.7 crore rupees have been moved through these accounts. He threatened her, saying her information was linked to serious crimes like drug trafficking and money laundering. To keep her quiet, Milind sent her a fake confidentiality agreement from CBI and warned her against contacting anyone. The call was then handed off to another scammer named George Matthew, who claimed to be from the Reserve Bank of India. Once the victim realized she had been scammed, she filed a complaint on September 21st. The East CN police station registered a case under section 66C and 66D of Information Technology Act, which includes punishment for identity theft and cheating, impersonation, and section 314 of Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. Earlier, FedEx issued a statement saying that they never ask for personal information through unsolicited calls or emails unless the customer reaches out first. They advised anyone who receives suspicious calls to avoid sharing personal information and to contact local law enforcement or cybercrime department. This incident serves as a reminder of the danger of cyber fraud and how scammers can manipulate their victim in frightening ways. Next scam, where retired Major General duped of rupees 2 crores after being under digital arrest for 5 days. A 79-year-old retired Major General from the Indian Army living in Noida fell victim to a clever scam that cost him 2 crore rupees. The fraudsters kept him in what's called a digital arrest for 5 days for August 10 to August 15th, making him stay on video calls while pretending to be a law enforcement officer. The scam began when the Major General received a call from someone claiming to be from a courier company in Mumbai. The caller told him that a package was sent in his name to Taiwan. When customs opened the package, they supposedly found illegal items including 5 passports, 4 bank credit cards, close 20 grams of MDMA and a laptop. The caller warned him that his Aadhaar card might have been compromised and suggested to file an online complaint with the Mumbai crime branch. Soon after, the call was transferred to another person who claimed to be a senior police officer from Mumbai. This scammer even showed him a fake ID during the video call to make him believe he was genuinely in trouble. The retired officer said in his police complaint that they made me feel like I was part of a serious investigation. The entire conversation happened over WhatsApp, where the scammer interrogated him while presenting a forged consent to confidentiality letter, convincing him that their discussions are serious and confidential. Under immense pressure, the retired Major General transferred 2 crore rupees from his bank account to the scammer in one transaction. Even though the bank manager tried to stop the transfer, he felt trapped and ignored the warning. It wasn't until he read about similar scams in the news that he realized he had been tricked. Feeling confused and scared, he approached the police for help. This case serves as a stark reminder of the danger of cyber fraud and how important it is for everyone, especially seniors, to stay alert and informed about such scams. Next scam is from Agra, where a teacher dies of heart attack after a cyber scam. In a heartbreaking incident in Agra, Uttar Pradesh, a 45-year-old Malti Verma, a government teacher, suffered a fatal heart attack following a distressing call on September 30th. The call made through WhatsApp came from someone impersonating a police officer who claimed that Malti's daughter had been arrested in a sex racket case. This shocking news sent Malti into a state of panic. The scammer used a manipulative tactic, threatening to release an explicit video allegedly involving her daughter unless Malti paid 1 lakh rupees immediately. Feeling desperate to protect her child, Malti called her son Divyanshu, sharing the details and urging him to transfer 1 lakh rupees as soon as possible. Divyanshu, upon hearing his mother's account, grew suspicious about the authenticity of the call. He quickly investigated and discovered that the call originated from Pakistan, confirming it was a cyber fraud attempt. Divyanshu tried to reassure his mother and advised her against complying with the scammer's demands, but the psychological strain had already taken its toll. Tragically, the overwhelming stress and anxiety from ordeal led to a heart attack that claimed Malti's life. Her untimely death left her family devastated, highlighting the severe emotional and psychological impact such scams can have on victims, particularly those who are vulnerable. Malti's story serves as a stark reminder of the danger posed by cyber fraudsters and the profound consequences they can inflict on innocent lives. Next scam is from Mumbai, where a 33-year-old woman loses 6.19 lakh rupees in cyber fraud after being held under digital arrest for over 4 hours. In a shocking case of cyber fraud, a 33-year-old communication manager from Malad who works at Godrej in Vikhroli lost 6.19 lakh rupees after being held under digital arrest for more than 4 hours. The ordeal began on September 23rd around 10 am when she received a call from an unknown number. The caller, pretending to be from her credit card customer care, claimed her card had been linked to fraudulent activities. He instructed her to dial 9 to connect with an executive who then introduced himself as an official from Reserve Bank of India. The impersonated RBI official falsely accused her of making a transaction of rupees 1 lakh from her credit card and demanded that she repay the amount. When she denied the claim, the so-called executive transferred her call to individuals posing as Hyderabad police who asserted that they were investigating a money laundering case. After a brief and intense interrogation, where they questioned her about her whereabouts in April, the call was escalated to supposed cyber police officials. They informed her that a man named Naresh had created a bank account in her name and warned her that he had been arrested, making her the next target in the investigation. Under pressure from these fraudsters who bombarded her with video calls and texts, she was coerced into checking into a hotel. They threatened her against speaking to anyone about the situation. At around 2:30 p.m., she checked into a hotel in Vikhroli, where fraudsters informed her via WhatsApp video call that she was under digital arrest and being closely monitored. They insisted that she needed to pay 5 to 6 lakh rupees to resolve the situation, claiming that the Supreme Court was also involved. Feeling trapped and frightened, she reluctantly agreed to their demands and ended up paying 6.19 lakh rupees. When she finally told them she had run out of money, her parents were calling. They released her around 7 p.m. Upon returning home, she revealed the ordeal to her parents, who quickly realized it was a scam. The victim subsequently filed an online complaint with the cyber police Police, which has been forwarded to Vikhroli Police for further investigation. In India, there is no legal provision for digitally arresting or restricting someone's movement during a crime investigation. Despite the growing concerns around digital arrest scams, they have no legal basis. Recently, a public interest litigation was filed in Delhi High Court to address the rise in cyber crimes, including these digital arrest scams. The court has sought response from central and state governments on this matter. To combat these frauds, the Indian government is taking action. The Indian Cyber Crime Coordination Center, that is I4C, under the Ministry of Home Affairs, works with multiple agencies like Reserve Bank of India and others to counter cybercrime. In a recent statement, the Ministry of Home Affairs urged citizens to stay alert and help spread awareness about these scams. If you receive such a call, you should immediately report it to the cybercrime helpline at 1930 or visit www.cybercrime.gov.in for assistance. Now, what should you do if you fall victim to a digital arrest scam? Here is a step-by-step guide. Call 1930 or file a complaint on cybercrime.gov.in or visit your nearest police station. Report the fraud to your bank or relevant courier company and raise a debit freeze on the transferred amount. If you suspect malware on your device, factory reset it after taking a backup. Let's talk about your legal options. As a victim, you can register a criminal case at your nearest cyber police station or regular police station under the following provisions. Under the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, relevant sections include: number 1, section 303, that is for theft; section 318 and 319 for impersonation and cheating; section 336 for forgery; section 340 for using false documents. Additionally, under the Information Technology Act 2000, you can file a case under section 43 for damage to computers, section 65 for tampering with computer system, section 66 for computer related offenses like hacking and data theft, section 66C for identity theft, and section 66D for impersonation using computer resources. By staying informed and acting quickly, you can protect yourself from these scams. Remember, help is just a call away at 1930 or on www.cybercrime.gov.in. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to stay informed about important legal updates. Stay safe, stay aware.